Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had so many questions. How do we record an episode? Where do we find background music? How do we get our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places that people like to listen? And where do we find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. Anchor makes it simple to get up and running. You can upload and schedule your podcast ahead of time. It publishes to all the major podcast platforms. You can easily check your stats. I could go on, but instead, why don't you go and get started? Go to anchor.fm/start to join the e-commerce minute and a diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
It's the E-commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's E-commerce Minute, episode 317.
In today's episode, Snapchat partners with Amazon for visual search.
Last Monday, Snap announced a new visual search tool for the company's Snapchat app in partnership with Amazon. The visual search tool allows users to snap objects with the app's camera and then quickly find it on Amazon to buy within the app. The tool allows users to snap an object or a barcode. The app then searches and brings up a card showing that object or other similar ones for sale on Amazon. The card shows the product thumbnail, item name, and average review score, and prime availability. Tapping on the product brings you to the product detail page for purchase. The Snapchat app determines if you're scanning a song, QR, snap code, or object. Then Amazon's machine vision tech recognizes logos, artwork, package covers, or other unique identifying marks to find the product. It's super easy to use. Simply point your Snapchat camera at a physical object or barcode and press and hold the camera screen to get started, Snap said. The new feature will be slowly rolled out to a small percentage of Snapchat users, the company said. As reported in TechCrunch, it's not known if Snap gets a referral fee for purchases or it's just doing the legwork to give Snapchat added utility, helping Snap to continue its stated mission as a camera company. The rare partnership with Amazon shows how social shopping is heating up as Instagram launches shopping tags in stories and a dedicated shopping channel in Explore, and Pinterest offering Shop the Look pins to their 250 million monthly users.
Ooh, fancy.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, Amazon has it built into their app anyway, but the fact that Snapchat is doing as a filter, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and the thing that's interesting about this is it's been noted that Amazon doesn't do partnerships like this with social media companies. So I think this is something that they're kind of lacking behind. I think Snapchat is a good match for them because of their young user base. So you might as well get them young, as they say. There was one stat, as I say, Snapchat's base is younger, and it says that users in the U.S., its users are 20% more likely to have made a mobile purchase than non-users, and 60% more likely to make impulse purchases. Who don't know that? So, if you get the younger base, locked into using this feature and using Amazon, I think this could really take off.
It could.
I think it's useful. I think I would use it maybe not to purchase, but almost like a Shazam type thing. Like, what is this thing? And you take a picture of it, and you get a result.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I use Shazam all the time, and then I've gotten to the point where it's like I look at something and I'm like, why don't I have a Shazam to figure out what the heck this is? Like, where's the Shazam for the TV show? It's like, what am I watching? What is it? I'm walking by a TV and I'm like, I wish I knew what the heck movie this was. I want to point my phone at it and know what the heck it is. I wonder if that would work.
Fair enough.
So like I said, Amazon is, they've been lacking the social partnerships department. So I would hope that Snap's getting a referral fee for this, for all these searches. I mean, you would think, unless it's some kind of like backdoor deal where it's like, yeah, well, we'll give you this and we'll give you this and something in return later.
Well, also could be, I mean, Snap could have just gone to Amazon and go, hey, we want to do some shopping and we want to have it, sort of.
Right. And Amazon
about how to do shopping in it.
Right. And here's some help with the tech. So, so everybody wins. Because the real problem with Snap is that, now they're trying to be a camera company, the stock market went, I mean, it's like their stock's down 35% since the start of this year. They're not doing great. Obviously they still have a rabid user base, but beyond a certain age, I really don't know people that use Snapchat anymore. I really don't see a lot of talk about it in the older social media circles, and then the young kids, that's a whole different story. So who knows? But yeah,
Instagram took over. So
it really did. That's an interesting point. The Instagram has really taken over as, I think, the number one social media platform right now, because people are really, really burned out on Facebook. And you can see over the last 2 years what has happened with all the, the political stuff and fake news and all that crap. Young people just have walked away from it. I mean, they just don't even care about it anymore. Twitter is just so toxic anymore. I found myself, how's this? And we'll go on a little tangent here about social media, but I use an app called Crowdfire. Back when I was really trying to track my Twitter followers, who was coming, who was going, and what was happening, and what, like if I would post something and then I would kind of say, okay, well, who followed, unfollowed? Is there a cause and effect kind of thing? I kind of just, kind of stopped doing that, but I still check Crowdfire, and there's a feature in there that says inactive users. And it says 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. It's exploded in the amount of inactive followers, people that I follow. It has exploded, and it skews more towards, now I'm in the creative field, so this could be a niche thing. My inactive followers for people in the creative field has exploded. The people are just walking away from Twitter because it's just too toxic, and it's, like I used to use it for sharing for some of my artwork and stuff, and I would get nothing back from it. I it just wasn't working for me. It's now such a Twitter, you go in there and it's like, I say this, and then you get 10 people shouting you down. So what happens is people walking away from that. You go back, Instagram is like kind of like that safe space, I guess you call it, right, where it's like, hey, here's a nice picture. Hey, you know what? That's really great. And there's people to talk to each other, and it's like, it's a more gentler thing. And now they have the shopping, and they get the stories, and it's a much more, I'll use the word pleasant social media experience than anything out there right now. So that's my social media rant.
All right.
And some news about Instagram. I just read that their two founders are walking away. They resigned.
They're stepping down.
Kevin Systrom and the other guy, they were just like, you know what? We want to see what else is out there. Because I guess, I don't know, they're vesting or whatever that was. But the backstory was they were tired because now Zuckerberg thinks that the future of Facebook is going to rely on the fortunes of Instagram and what they do with Instagram. So he's now involved more day to day. And the two guys just said, yeah, we've had enough. We're going to get out of here. So, no, that's so funny. I just got a news alert about that right on my phone. Anyway, anything else to add, Bart?
That's it.
All right. That's your e-commerce minute for today. Full show notes are at ecommerceminute.co. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe, or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion, or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.